every morning we get together with our staff, and we talk about what's going on, and every now and again we read a headline, right? Oh, this is what this newspaper thinks you're doing, and we get a chuckle because they know what the truth is. And the truth is we're preparing to make our government more efficient and more effective, and to make sure that healthcare is not a burden, but is a blessing and a benefit. And so that's what we're working on, and I can tell you that this president is adamant to make our government work. And so if you read all this stuff, and you're getting worried or nervous or concerned, all I can tell you is from my view right now, we are making some great changes that we all know we need in our government. And so just rest assured that we have elected a president who is a CEO and understands organizational excellence. And I think we're going to see that on a going forward basis. So that's the view from my side. And so sometimes I read these articles and it's like, who are they, where are they even getting this, right? But we'll continue to see that, I'm sure, too, but don't lose heart. A couple other things I appreciate the Trump team getting together, and we should celebrate. There's a lot of questions about where do we go from here, right? Well, you're on the 15th floor, the only place you can go is this. Yeah, but do we organize in our state? Do we not organize in our state? Do we do this? Do we do that? Hey, I made the case to the Chuck McDougall, who kicked off Veterans for Trump nationally. Is he in the room at all? Yeah, there he is. Right, it was his event with Woody Woodrum, who is our state volunteer chair, and all the other good folks in San Diego, kicked off the first official Veterans for Trump organization in the country. Kicked off in San Diego. It was a glorious event. I think we thought we'd have 6,000. We had, 18,000 or some crazy thing. We packed that place out, and it was wonderful. And there was 4,000 outside. Yeah, and it was fantastic. So I was speaking to Chuck's group yesterday. He was kind enough to let me come and talk, and I made the point. I said, look, there's a lot of criticism from some that we as a party in our state didn't do enough to win our state in November. I said, wait a minute, you don't understand. We Californians won our state in November. We won Pennsylvania and Michigan and North Carolina and Florida. That's what we were assigned, and that's what we won from California. So I would argue we won our states. And had we instead focused back here, we had Malcolm McGough, our state political director, did a fantastic job of organizing. But had we focused here, we absolutely could have changed the vote turnout here. But who knows what would have happened in Michigan and Pennsylvania and Florida and North Carolina, right? So the alternative would have been much worse. So I would argue that our chairman, the chairman of our party, and the chairman of our delegation made the right decisions and did the right things. And sometimes you have to make tough decisions to do the right things. And so if you hear any of this criticism that we didn't do enough in California, I hope that you set them straight and let them know we did enough for America. So, with that said, Mr. McGough, where are we going from here? Oh, we were going to talk about organization, right? Do you want to do that now? Why not? Who's taking that, me or you? I am? Oh, gosh. Thanks. All right, so there are organizations popping up all over the state that want to do all kinds of different things, right? There's this group in San Diego, this group here, this group there, and I'm getting a lot of questions. What do we do next? We've got on our file out here 300,000 plus people who are either donors or volunteers for Donald Trump. So our goal is to continue the leadership of our delegation chairman, who is our party chairman, and integrate those folks into our party's precinct operation, because these are new, fresh faces that are not beleaguered volunteers who've just hired, right? This is a new spirit, new energy, and we have the infrastructure here to do it. And so we're going to work on that while we also continue to work with Californians for Trump. Where's Wes Walker? Is he in the room? There he is. And West is going to continue to keep us organized so we can begin to put together our attendance at these congressional forums and our attendance at these rallies and our pushback from our people so that we know where to go and when to go and how to go so that our congressmen can have a little protection from us and have us in the room and letting the George Soros liberals know exactly what Americans really think. So that's going to happen too. We're gonna iron this out. But anybody who's asking, what about this, that? Do I give money here, there, and everywhere? Just keep asking those questions. But on a going forward basis in California, our job is to build a structure that wins elections and wins elections right here. So we've done our job nationally, and now we have to focus on 2018 in our state, and then get ready for 2020, right? And, we have President Trump and Vice President Pence. The way I see it, we're on like a 16-year program, right? Our job is to make sure California is in the victory column for at least one of those elections over the next 16 years, and we can be a contributor to that. And that's what we're going to work on. And I anticipate that Malcolm's going to have a hand in that too. But we'll just be in touch, right? I'm back in DC, a little busy right now, but I'll be back. And then just a little bit. Poor Kimberlyn has left me like 1,000 messages over there. Has anybody left me an unreturned message over the last month? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a better question. Anybody who hasn't left me an unreturned message over the last month? But very good things are happening, right? Very good things are happening. And I can tell you, this president is going to fix this system. I've never worked in Washington before, and I think for the president, that type of experience is vital on a resume, right? I mean, we got to clean this thing out. So we're having fun. But so anyway, with that, did I miss anything? Yeah, so I'm going to turn the microphone over to Malcolm, and anybody who needs an Australian translation guide, we'll put it up on the screen.
Thanks, Tim. I'd just like to acknowledge everybody to acknowledge Tim's effort in this campaign. So thank you very much. With an organisation this large and covering a state this large, it's very hard to get around, and especially when the resources are limited. But to get around and see all those people that have put in many, many hours of work to save this country. And you guys all need to congratulate yourselves for just amazing effort. We had 330,000 volunteers on the books. We had about 40,000 active. We put 1.6 million calls into the battleground states. Arizona was one of those. In the last 3.5, 4 weeks, we put 3,000 volunteers who self-deployed, mind you, and paid for their own accommodation into Nevada and Colorado. Just amazing. When we first started this, people were saying, oh, when are we going to start paying for the rooms? We didn't pay for a room. It was all done by volunteers. And again, you should be congratulated because you were out, not for yourselves, you were out to save this country. Now, a lot of people said, why did you spend so much time here in Australia? Well, it was for selfish reasons. I've got 2 granddaughters. And as goes America, so goes the world. And if America had gone over the fiscal and spiritual cliff, the spiritual being the most important, my country was next. And I wanted my granddaughters to grow up in a world that understood the importance of the greatest nation this world's ever seen, and that's America. And the greatest nation this world has ever seen gave you, the exceptional people, a document that is timeless, and if Hillary had got into power, that document would have been shredded. That's your constitution. So congratulations to all of you. You've saved this country, and we're on the way to bringing her back. God bless.
All right, so, mate. Good night, mate. Best I got. By the way, don't try the Vegemite. That's all right. All right, so we're here to celebrate.